that was Fifth Avenue Dream, their song, and they're actually going to be on next with an interview with Brian, which is pretty freaking sweet. So you should stay and listen because I've listened to their other stuff and it was pretty darn good. And this started off with Seal with Kiss from a Rose.
We're at 93.1. Is it KOEL?
KEOL.
KEOL.
Yep.
Here at Eastern Oregon University, the local radio show. Madison just finished 3 hours solid of nonstop fun music like Seal, Lady Danville, and some Centrevol band.
I'll start with you. You're listening to KEOL Grande, 91.7 FM, Eastern's Live Wire. And today we got a little treat in the studio. For playing today, we've got Centrevol, and they are here right now to talk with us. How's it going, guys?
What's going on, Brian? How you doing, man?
What's happening?
All right. Sounds like we got all the mics working. That's a great start. Great start to the interview. All right. So you guys are here playing today.
We are. Yeah, it's true.
So I guess the first thing is introduce yourselves.
My name's Nate. I play the drums.
All right.
Yeah, it's a little bit about me.
There we go. Straightforward and simple. All right.
My name is Pete. I sing and play guitar.
My name's John. I play bass.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the token Asian guy, and I play keys and guitar.
All right.
Oh, my name's Kai.
There's Kai. All right. So you guys make up the band Centrevol. Now, how would you guys classify your music for those who are just listening and haven't had a chance to hear your music yet?
I guess you would kind of classify us as mainly guitar-driven, a little ambient. We like to mess with some delay and reverb, but definitely a pop sensibility. So, and we keep it pretty energetic and upbeat. So maybe like a U2, but keeping it upbeat.
Wow. Back in the early 90s, there was a word that first came out that was used to kind of classify this type of stuff, and it was called alternative. But now alternative has kind of gone really kind of narrow and mainstream. Yeah, it's totally mainstream. So, well, cool. All right. So, where do you guys hail from?
We're all from Long Beach, California. But as the past three and a half weeks, the west coast of
So you guys been a lot of touring lately?
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is a 5-week tour for us, and we just hit our 3-week mark. So yeah, lately it's been all over Washington, Oregon, and kind of Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Colorado.
I don't know.
Speaking of Long Beach, that means we're an LA band, but we're not.
It's so true.
It's enough out of LA, and it's got its own scene, but we're not. We're proud to not be an LA band.
So is there a lot of competition down there trying to get seen down there in the music?
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, ridiculous. It's just a jungle. It's crazy. So we actually are, echo what Kai said, proud to be a Long Beach band because there's a cool music scene going on in Long Beach actually. So we can actually relate to our crowd instead of like meeting a band for 5 seconds, then they're all on the road. So it's cool.
Nice.
I like it.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So I guess one of my biggest questions that I've always asked people, and I don't know if anybody else is really interested in this, but I'm a pretend songwriter. I think that's probably the best way of putting that.
Nice.
So my question to you guys is how do you guys come up with your songs? Where does it start? What's the whole process of songwriting?
Over the last couple of years, I think we've taken a journey in figuring that out. I think originally the seed of a lot of the songs came from me just working with some chords and coming up with some melodies and stuff. But we've definitely kind of strayed from that and have tried to take a more organic approach in that we'll tend to just jam and kind of find a riff or a vibe that we like in the rehearsal studio. And we fortunate enough to have some recording equipment, so we'll actually record our rehearsals and writing sessions, and then so we'll find those little nuggets, and I'll go home and I'll listen to it and see if I can find a lyric or a melody that kind of can fit with it, so it feels more organic and it's not as much of a singer-songwriter interposing on top of a band, but more of a band with its unique expression.
And then there'll be times too when the rhythm section, like John and I kind of have a little relationship, kind of like Flea and Chad Smith a little bit. We'll start with some groove, whatever. Like we wrote number 7. It's one of our songs on our album Beggars and Thieves, and kind of started with that with like a little kind of just rhythm section jam, and it kind of turned into this epic instrumental. So it's cool.
Nice. So kind of a real collaborative
Yeah.
kind of a thing. Nice.
Yeah.
And that seems to be working out pretty good for you guys since you're out on tour.
Thus far, and we have a new voice actually. Kai's been playing with us since November, and he is a great songwriter. Has a great musical background. So it's just going to be
brought
more
a lot
to come.
to the table.
So look out.
Right on. Okay, so you mentioned your CD,
Yeah.
Beggars and Thieves is the name of it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and want to talk about that just a little bit?
Sure.
What's
Well, the title comes from the title track, which I think we'll listen to in a little bit here. Basically, the gist of it is the common ground that all people have is that we all have needs. We all have kind of a basic level. We kind of pile on top of those basic levels other frills and things, but when you really strip it down to just the kind of common ground of humanity, we all have needs, and we all kind of meet those needs in different ways. Beggars and thieves approach meeting needs different ways. Beggars live off of the charity of others, whereas thieves steal from others, obviously. And so, and there's kind of a part of that in each one of us. So it's quite a deep little philosophical.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, wow, that's pretty.
Should have made up something I saw at the mall. I don't know.
So, would you say a lot of your songs contain definitely a lot of messages, trying to talk about different things that concern you guys?
Absolutely. Except for the song number 7, which we mentioned earlier, was an instrumental. It contains the lyric "ooh." Several times.
But yeah, there's a song called "Safety." It's a very sarcastic song that has a big message to it. Yeah,
Nice.
for sure.
Yeah, see, I'm the exact opposite. When I write songs, I write about
You write pretend songs.
I write pretend songs about Jello and ice cream and stuff like that. So,
Which is very necessary.
Making Madison hungry again.
oh, sorry about that, Madison. So,
I'll live.
so all right. So, how many actual cuts or tracks actually made it to the final cut of your CD?
13 tracks on the CD.
Were there some that you had to like give an axe to? Kind of.
Pretty close. In the studio, we were deciding that, but all 13 came together pretty well. It was awesome.
So you were able to keep everything you wanted
Yeah.
on the album.
Yeah.
So this is like the Centrevol cut
It was great. Yeah,
of the album.
It turned out to be a pretty unique experience. Yeah.
So where'd you record this at?
We recorded basics in Westminster, California, actually at a friend's studio, and then we went to mixing and mastering at All Access Studios in Redondo Beach with Win Davis. So we were pretty stoked to work with him.
Okay. So who's Win Davis? Obviously, it sounds like someone we need to know.
He's just an engineer who's been through the system for quite some
So he's
years. Yeah, he's
pretty
worked on
experienced.
a lot of albums like Sublime and No Doubt.
Really?
And Minutemen
Oh, nice.
and Black Flag. Yeah.
Wow.
So
So I guess that is an advantage of being down in California. You've got access
sure.
to some really good talent down there.
Absolutely.
Oh,
As long
cool.
as you got the money for it.
and the connections too, because we received it's a friend of a friend that kind of scratched our back, so it's cool.
Cool. Right on. So where did you guys? How did you guys find each other? What's the story?
Well, there's 2 guys in the band that are brothers. They met a while ago.
Yeah.
Very early age.
Change the last name.
It's true. Then the other 2 guys, we went to school together in Boston at Berklee College of Music. We met there. We kind of all had something to do with Boston, so Boston's kind of a big part of our story. We started there, went on tour in 2006, ended up in Long Beach. Kai kind of ended up kind of joining us a little bit later. And yeah, it was a pretty good story, actually.
Cool.
Yet to be finished.